Starting the stream. Hello everyone, welcome to the preposterous awesomeness of everything. It is a little point-and-click adventure game by a guy called Richard somebody, I believe. I've forgotten his name. I'm just going to... I wanted to make sure, because I've had to set the resolution to be weird, to capture it on this widescreen I'm using whilst I'm in Norway. So I just want to make sure it looks okay. Just bear with me 1 second, thanks very much. How are we looking? How are we looking? I think that looks good. Does it sound good? Wait, let's turn up the volume. Yeah, it does. Okay, marvellous, let's go. The preposterous awesomeness of everything. A new game. Let's see what this is all about, shall we? A bird in the sky. I'm a naked man. Okay, there is no introduction. Marvelous. Do a backflip. Do it again. 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 Okay, pray for the stone. What's the point? I'm pretty sure everything will be okay now. That's good. Consume the stone. I don't think that's consumable. Okay, we can't do silly stuff, apparently. Pick up the stone. Amazing. Was that crap? Amazing. Oh! I want to test something. Give me 1 sec. I need to do test. Hello, everyone. Still a test. Test. Smiley face on a Norwegian keyboard. Trying this. Fingers crossed. Okay, ignore that. I've set up a timer to do things if people talk enough in the chat, and I don't get enough people talking normally. So I need to do it myself. Fine, leave me alone. Walk to the rock, examine the rock. Okay, there's a cave. Let's go in the cave. Apparently this cave extends all the way through the mountains and comes out the other end, in the barren area. However, it's all dark and scary as hell in there. There might be rats or imperceptible cavernous pits of death or ne'er-do-wells of some description. Plus the barren area is purportedly valueless and desolate anyway. Oh. So I don't go, hi Alan, how are you? How are you? How the devil are you? What do you think of the game? I'm showing off the true power of my Norwegian rig. Welcome back to the island. The island is split into two distinct sections by the central mountain ridge. To the east of the ridge is the comfortable area. Here, the plump clouds that gather over the central mountain ridge release their crystal clear water in the form of regular morning showers before being burned off by the hot tropical sun. The prevailing southern wind brings cool air from the south, often carrying with it the scent of unusual foreign spices, and helps the diverse local plant life spread its seeds. Consequently, many plants producing edible fruits and berries, my accent is getting even more sophisticated, thrive here, in sustaining a rich variety of wildlife. Yeah, what the fucking right now? How's my audio, by the way? I only did a very brief sample. I'm so used to my excellent new microphone back at home that I don't know what my Norwegian one's like. And the camera's up here, but I keep looking down here. God! To the west of the ridge is the barren area. Little is known about the barren area due to the natural travel restrictions imposed by the ridge, but the few intrepid explorers who have made the journey quickly returned, describing the barren area as a total shitberg, and complaining of dust in unspeakable places. A shitberg! Yeah, there's wind in the game, mate. That's the game audio. It's the game audio being windy. So we can't go there. We can go to the comfortable area, a clearing, or a cliff top. Clearing. An owl. A little bird. Consume the little bird. Eat it. Eat it. I can't. Can I consume you? I ain't no cannibal, man. Okay. Can I pick up this? Nice. Right, let's talk to... It doesn't look like it has much to say, man. Okay, talk to this guy. Hello. Hi. How's it going? Okay. What you doing? Oh, nothing, I guess. Do you enjoy the grotesque and hilarious satirical works of Francois Rabelais? I sure do. How come your head is so big? Pass. How's it going? Okay. Bye then. Okay. Use the rock on the... I don't think you can. The duck's not selectable. Wait, did that say something? I don't know how. What if I consume this? Om nom 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 nom. This is high-up non-moving pink food, your favorite of all the non-moving foods. Inside there is yummy stuff and seeds. The yummy stuff makes people grow, and the seeds, when pooped, make more trees grow. Win-win. There's lots of high-up food. Maybe I can... Okay, what if we pick up the high-up food and then give... Is there a give? Wait, use the high-up food on him. I don't think he's hungry. But why? But why not? Wait, befuddle him. I see no reason to befuddle Anthony at present. How do we know his name? We don't know he's called Anthony, did we? Let's pray for him. I'm pretty sure everything will be okay now. Disrespect him. Spamhead! Okay, let's keep going. Oh my god, there are breasts. Everybody... Why is the duck following? And what was this? Hello, naked lady. Hee hee hee, I don't know how. What, to talk to girls? Use rock on her. Violence is never the answer. Let's use the food on her. She has plenty. Disrespect her. I don't want to. Okay, we can't talk to her. Girls are too scary. What the fuck are you doing? Byron. Byron is very strong. He's the only person capable of making the big, hairy, moving food with horns stop running away. While everyone else spends hours looking for little, slow or stationary food, Byron sits and waits for bits of big, hairy, moving food with horns to trot past. Then he promptly slaughters them with his bare hands and greedily consumes the edibles, while everyone else gathers around to gawp at him and pick any leftover scraps off the carcass when he's done. Currently, Byron is chowing down without an audience. Oh, we didn't examine her then. Jane has low self-esteem on account of her thick, bushy eyebrows. While other people mill around pointing their faces in any old direction, Jane does her best to keep hers pointed the other way. As a result of this behaviour, you know very little about her, other than A, she has bad posture, and B, you're almost certainly in love with her. Currently, Jane is eating bits of small, round, non-moving red food from a bush. Okay, good to know. Let me talk to you then. I don't want to disturb him while he's eating. Use rock. Violence is never... Why is violence not the answer? This is outrageous. What kind of a game does they expect? Important looking things. Helen has kindly separated the important looking things from the pile of junk. Exactly how she determined what was and what was not important looking is unclear, but you have no reason to question her judgment. Was that... Is that PewDiePie? Helen is the comfortable area's most conventionally attractive female. She's able to survive almost entirely on food offered to her by eager would-be mates. She is thus rendered free to spend her days pottering around and claiming to be in showbiz. Currently, Helen has discovered a large quantity of somewhat mechanical-looking litter, and is having a tidy-up. She's made 2 piles, important-looking things, and useless-looking junk. Let's try and talk to this guy. The majority of people are pissing about with a large pile of predominantly metallic junk. Brad and Dan are fighting over a particularly shiny piece of cylindrical sheet metal. Clyde is proudly exhibiting what appears to be a pair of dangerously malfunctioning spark plugs. The lunatic is popping in and out of things like a boss, and Ahmet Victor Polat is just hanging around. The pile of junk itself is suspiciously coherent looking. A note regarding Brad and Dan. Brad and Dan are twins. However, no one realizes they are twins because Brad always wears a cap. On the rare occasions when Brad removes his cap, to do theatrical bows or during a high-stakes foot race, he's often mistaken for Dan. Dan, on any such occasion, has been known to mistake Brad for a mirror or a remarkably clear body of water. Can we talk to any of these people? Hi. Hello. What are you doing? Having a tidy up. What's all this junk? Dunno. Bye. Bye. I want to talk to the majority of people. They seem pretty engrossed in some good old harmless fun. I'm going to leave them to it. Isn't there a button to, like, see interactables? Is there a button to see? No, I don't want to return. There's not even a menu in this game. Gee whizzer. Can we consume the vast majority of people? No. Can we use the vast majority of people? I don't know how. Can we use her? I don't know how. I don't know how. Can we use that on her? No thanks. Use... No, use it. Use it on these. They can find their own. Okay. Okay, right. So how about we go to the other place now? To the comfortable area, cliff top. Drake has learned to pickle and preserve the food he finds in the forest. He uses rudimentary tools to gather fruit, vegetables, and herbs by the basketful, then preserves them in vinegar made from the fermented coconut water, or cooks them and stores them in sterilized jars. This gives him more free time for thinking and learning and growing awesome mustaches. He also makes wonderful jams. Wonderful, simply wonderful. What's this? No thanks. There's nothing grosser than amateur charcuterie. Can I pick up some of his pickles? Don't touch that. Can I pick up amateur charcuterie? Okay. Drake is the only inhabitant of the comfortable area who possesses genuine intelligence. Proof of this can be seen in the fact that he has constructed some awesome pants and sandals from leaf matter, and is apparently the only person to have recently washed. Drake's intelligence makes it difficult for him to interact with his peers, who spend most of their time fighting and bickering about which is the best X-Man. And as... Wait, what? And as a result, he spends a lot of his time alone. Best X-Man's Gambit, by the way. Solitude gives him the time and freedom to think deeply and extensively about important matters, which in turn increases his intelligence and furthers his exclusion from the group. Okay. Disrespect him. You're a self-important, pompous snob. Charming. Do a backflip. Let's befuddle him. Drake is too smart to be befuddled by me. Okay, use a rock on him. Violence is never the answer. Why is violence never the answer? Look, be impressed by my backflip. Be impressed. Okay, let's go back here. Wait, here. Wait, here. Everyone listens to Anthony because Anthony has an uncommonly massive head. It looks as if he has a brain the size of a basketball, causing his head to bulge at the top like a light bulb. In fact, he has a rare genetic disorder, and his deformed head is mainly full of useless fluids. He gets migraines and has trouble sleeping and suffers from mild IDD. IDD, or Intellectual Development Disorder, is the current acceptable term for what was previously referred to as mental retardation. However, the term is subject to the euphemism treadmill, and may therefore have been replaced by the time you read this. Maybe IDD has become a common term of abuse. If this is the case, I can but apologise for my crass language. But Anthony manages to maintain an air of intelligence by not saying or doing much, allowing people to assume he is deep in complex thought. In reality, he's usually having sexual fantasies about Helen, or having annoying bits of a song stuck in his head. I see. Examine myself. No lumps. Examine Jane. Okay, we already did that. Can we do a backflip and impress her? Are you impressed by our backflips, Jane? I guess not. What's this? Maybe we can pick up some of his meat. I can't pick that up. But why? Oh, can we pick up this stuff? Nice. Can we use it now to wear it? Now I look super legit. Amazing. These books are full of complicated black and white images and incomprehensible multisyllabic words. There is also punctuation you've never encountered before, and mathematical equations with Greek symbols in the place of numbers. Consequently, you have no idea what the heck it's all about. Okay, but can I use them? Use the books with myself to learn. I don't understand most of the words. Some of the diagrams are pretty cool, though. That definitely is PewDiePie. Do backflip. I can't do that with this hat on. Fuck! I'm not wearing that. I don't know how. What can we do now? I don't know how. Can we talk to them now? Talk to them all? They seem pretty engrossed. No, let's talk to her. Hi, hello. Do you know anything about these books? They look pretty boring. I know that. P. Okay, bye. Bye then. Talk to him. I don't want to disturb him whilst he's eating. What about using that on him? No. What about using them on him? No. Can we talk to her now? I don't know how. No. Okay, use this on her? I don't know how. Use the books on her? I don't think she's interested. Okay, Anthony. Do you want this outfit? No. Do you want the books? Do you know anything about these books? No. Squiggly S. Smart guy on cliff. Good suggestion. Alan. We shall venture to the cliff. Right, first of all, do you want some clothes? No thanks. Okay, what about the books? Do you know anything about these books? I sure do. I got an achievement. Seek greater understanding of the world around you. Line of sight, other noises, line of words. Drake explains that the majority of books are academic textbooks and manuals containing in-depth instructions for the design, construction, and operation of a fully functional space rocket. He goes on to explain that all the parts you need to build the rocket should be lying around somewhere, and somewhat ambiguously suggests that you should keep them safe or burn them or something. You return to the populated clearing, unsure of what to do with this new information. You watch on as the majority of people continue to piss about with what you now know is a collection of probably rather valuable space rocket parts. You are partly disgusted by the general level of stupidity and ignorance being exhibited by your peers, and partly disgusted that your own apparent superiority is causing you to stand around being disgusted instead of joining the fun. Hey guys, stop fucking about. Let's build a frickin' space rocket. Let's build a frickin' space rocket, guys. Everyone stops what they're doing and looks in your direction. Official looking outfit, plus dorky grin, plus sheepish, limp-fingered wave equals. They can see by your hard hat and vest that you are super legit, but they know from experience that you're just some guy. Consequently, they're torn between an impulse to respect your newfound authority and a more pressing desire to continue doing whatever the heck they want. Dan breaks the indecision by calling you a soft-nibbed twit and making a homophobic wisecrack to which you can find no sensible retort. Everyone laughs in the direction of your rapidly reddening face, then goes back to what they were doing. You son of a bitch, Dan. Which one was Dan? Was it him? It was him. Disrespect Dan. You guys are all dumb and you smell and you don't think deeply enough for my liking. Amazing. Do you say anything different now? Hi, hello. Do you want to help me build a rocket? I'm not really interested in that kind of thing. Please. Sorry. Will you help me convince the others to get involved? The majority of people listen to you. They tend to look more than listen with me. Maybe try convincing Anthony to help. They readily do listen to him. Okay, Anthony. Fine then, sad face. Bye. Bye-bye. Okay, back to Anthony. I like how we've got a little duck friend. Come on, my duck companion. We shall conquer worlds together. Conquer worlds. Hello, owl. Talk to him. Hello. Hi. Do you want to help me build a space rocket? Nah. Come on, if you help, then everyone will help. We'll have it built in no time. No tar. Wouldn't you like to fly to the moon, Anthony? Nope. Please. No. Fine then. How's it going? Okay. Bye then. Right, when we examined him, it said he liked somebody, right? No, stop. Helen. 10 out of 10 voice acting. Why, thank you. I did it myself. That was Jane. Oh, it was Helen. Right. Can we get Helen? Let's go back to the cliff. Let's go back to the cliff. I've been practicing my voices, remember? We haven't found anyone to be Geralt yet, though. That's the next big thing. Alan! That box behind me there is filled with alcohol that I bought last time I was here. I'm so excited. It's, Caleb, yeah, he's... Wait. Wait, where are you, Caleb? Where? There he is. Caleb stream. Caleb stream. Nice, perfect. Right, now to try and get this camera back into a position that's not completely shit. How's that? Nope. That'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. He's just going mental on the carpet now. You have a beer called Samson? Really? Who's it by? Who brews it? I demand to know. Can I pick up these pickles and preserves? Don't touch that. Why not? Excuse me. Yes? What are you doing up here? Staring pensively into the distance. What are you looking at? My focus, if mainly directed towards my thoughts at present. If. It's a Czech beer. Very nice. Very nice. What kind of beer? A lager beer or an IPA? I am thinking about the concept of repetition and the illusory nature of progress. Can I have some of your pickles and or preserves? I'm afraid not. Do you want to help me build a rocket? I don't like to get my hands dirty until after the bickering, but I'm happy to offer advice. How can I get people to stop fucking about and listen to me? I would suggest you find someone in a position of authority who you can use as a go-between. Who can I use as a go-between? People tend to listen to Anthony. I've tried to convince Anthony, but he refuses. Try harder. Anthony is not the sharpest tool in the box. I'm sure you can find a way to confuse him into complying. I'll leave you to it. Thanks. Right. Back to Anthony we go. Just a lager beer. Waiting for it to get colder. Stick it in the freezer for like 15 minutes, mate. Not longer than that, because then it explodes. But that gives it a nice blast of cold, if you're planning on drinking it today anyway. Maybe we can befuddle him then. Yes! Godzilla-based lies and spraff into the nothing leads to confusion. You tell Anthony that if he doesn't do as you say, a Godzilla will eat him. It's one of the basic principles of general knowledge, you inform him. Anthony does not want to appear not to know the basic principles of general knowledge, and he definitely does not want to be eaten by a Godzilla, so he agrees to do as you say. Congratulations, you have acquired the special item, Anthony! Amazing. I got an achievement, acquire the special item, Anthony. Right, come on Anthony, let's go. Doo-ba-doo-boo-boo. Right, use Anthony with his golden head on the people. Hey guys, stop fucking about, let's build a space rocket. Whispering.
Hey guys, stop fucking about. Let's build a fucking space rocket, one.
Everyone looks towards Anthony. Everyone stops what they're doing and looks in the direction of Anthony. 0 confidence plus massive head equals... They can see by the size of his massive head that Anthony is an intelligent dude, but they know from experience that he completely lacks any kind of self-confidence or authority. Consequently, they are torn between an impulse to trust his judgment and a more pressing desire to continue doing whatever the heck they want. Dan breaks the indecision by pointing out that Anthony is wearing boxer shorts with little love hearts on them, then improvising a lewd serenade in the general direction of Helen. Everyone briefly laughs, loses their train of thought, and goes back to what they were doing. Dan, you are a son of a bitch. Right, use these clothes. Anthony, you have to wear these. Now you look super legit. Now, let's try this again.
Hi guys, I fucking built a space rocket.
Official looking outfit plus massive head equals win. They can see by the size of his massive head that Anthony is an intelligent dude, and they can tell by his hard hat and vest that he knows how to get shit done. Consequently, they stop what they're doing and obediently wait for orders. If we're going to build this rocket, we must work together in a clear, organized manner. No, wait, I should have done the other one. Fuck!
If we're going to build this rocket, we must work together in a clear, organized manner. Step 1. Democratically elect a leader.
Helen, obviously. Your whispered voice giving increasingly tense, hurried orders. Panic. People awaiting instruction. As a reaction to the stress of the situation, Anthony's temporal lobe triggers a neural response in his hypothalamus, and that, among other things, causes his adrenal and pituitary glands to secrete large quantities of hormones, including cortisol, epinephrine, and ACTH, corticotropin. The cortisol, aided by corticotropin, facilitates the conversion of fatty acids into energy, while the epinephrine stimulates the sympathetic nervous system, mobilizing this new energy, dilating his pupils and increasing his heart rate, blood flow and blood sugar levels. In short, Anthony flips out.
Cardigans!
Ow. What the fuck? You son of a bitch. Is that game over? Sometime later. My God. Wait, what? Ah, you're awake. Where am I? The cliff top. I moved you up here for safekeeping. Why am I dressed as an early 90s German man on a recreational visit to Florida? It's a long story. Who dressed me? I did. It's remarkable how quickly you grow accustomed to not seeing penises. Fair, that's fair. How long have I been out for? Some time. What did I miss? Well, I could bet you 1,000,000 and my lats are solid tungsten. I could bet you 550. Drake explains that after Anthony knocked you out and ran away, a vote went ahead without you. Brad and Dan had been the only candidates willing to take on the responsibility of leadership, and Dan had been awarded the job after lying more wildly about his physical strength. Dan and his buddies tried to read the official Build a Rocket Kit manual, but it was far too complicated. They tried to read It's Not Rocket Science, except it is, but that was also too complicated. So they resort to trying to click bits together like in the big colourful pictures of rocket building for dinguses. Then, when this also turned out to be harder than anticipated, eager to appear as if they knew what they were doing, they resorted to using large quantities of PVA glue to help the bits stick together more easily. I can swim faster than an adult manta ray. Dan has less than the requisite number of toes. Meanwhile, Brad was super pissed that Dan got the project manager job simply by fabricating information about the material from which the muscles in his back were composed, so he started campaigning against him. He spent the next few days telling derogatory lies about Dan, telling flattering lies about himself, and saying the word change more and more loudly than necessary. This was enough to get the majority of people to vote him in as their new project manager. However, Brad turned out to be no better than Dan. He too was incapable of understanding the complex language used in the manuals and resorted to sticking the bits together with masking tape. Dan took the opportunity to start his own campaign, adding hollow promises to the flagrant lies, and he was soon re-elected. This is sounding awfully familiar to our political system, isn't it? The job of project manager has been passing back and forth between those two jerks ever since, and little real progress has been made on the rocket. Democracy. Reach development stage democracy. Why didn't you run for project manager? I wanted to make sure I knew how to build a rocket first. I've been reading and building scale models and attending distance learning courses and writing numbers with a squeaky pen. So why don't you run now? I refuse to tell lies or give bribes or make hollow promises, so I'd never win. But that's where you come in. I was hoping you might run on my behalf. What will I have to do? Whatever it takes to get elected. Whatever it takes. Okay, let's do it. Okay, the first thing you need to do is register as candidate, so you can gain access to the stage. Take this jam in case you need to make any bribes. Okay, boss, I got this. Can we walk over here? What is this? This is an incredibly detailed and apparently accurate scale model of the rocket in the populated clearing, built with custom-made glue and tape-damaged parts. The only difference between this one and the one Brad and Dan are trying to build is that this one is not a complete disaster cobbled together by a gaggle of simpletons under the guidance of a double act of identical fools. It's also teeny-weeny and super cute. Can I pick it up? Don't touch that! Examine Drake's things. Drake has amassed a large collection of things relating to the production of space rockets, piles of leather-bound books and ring binders containing detailed information on the subject, a collection of tools with which he seems to have been building functional test rockets, a gramophone playing calming classical dross, and a mess of hastily scribbled diagrams, notes and equations, which seems suitably complicated and erratic to be highly intelligent. There does seem to be an awful lot of smoke and fire in the diagram marked launch emissions, though. Okay. Apparently the use of tools was one of the main contributing factors in the development of higher intelligence in humans. Without tools, humans might still be groping around in the mud, thinking in pictures and sounds, not knowing what a fax machine is, coexisting in harmony with the rest of the animals like chumps. It's no surprise, then, that Drake has more tools than everyone else. However, these particular tools look more like basic builder's tools than the precision implements you might expect would be used by someone designing a fully functional space rocket. Well, can I take them, at least? Don't touch those. Ah. When the T-handle is compressed, this detonator will send an electric charge along the firing line, triggering the launch apparatus to fire the model rocket. You understand that safety is paramount in such situations, and that it's wise to err on the side of caution. But the detonator seems to have been placed at an overly cautious distance from the launch pad. Cowabunga! Sorry, Drake. I've already launched the rocket. Yeah, I did. Can I pick up more of these? Don't touch that. Okay, right. So what else have we got? Oh my god, there's a factory now. Let's come back to the clearing. My god. This fully functional bar area was promised to the people during Dan's 8th stint as the leader of the opposition, as a reaction to Brad developing a strawberry milk river during the previous term. It has a programmable LED dance floor and a cool retro boombox and an impressive collection of spirits and surplus olives. The increasingly elaborate cocktails it supplies do a great job of placating the majority of people. That is very true. I would like to consume all of the bar. I want to keep a clear head. No, I do not. It's bolted to the tree. Okay. Since the majority of people have become distracted by the spectacle of Brad and Dan's campaigning, Helen no longer receives the attention she'd previously grown accustomed to. She still gets enough free food to survive, but she has to work for it now. She spends most of her time hanging around the bar area, drinking elaborate rum-based cocktails, blowing kisses, and acting in a generally flirtatious manner. Frankly, she's starting to appear a bit gross. Oh no, Helen. Oh no. Hey, my little ducky friend is back. Hi. Hello. How's it going? Fabulous, darling. Are you feeling okay? I'm feeling fabulous. You have a pert butt. How's showbiz? It's fabulous. I'll leave you to it. I'll leave you to it. Okay. Hey, Byron, you're a guard now. Byron has been employed as a kind of security guard one-man army for the rocket project. He is fed from the communal food store in exchange for his undivided obedience and his willingness to intimidate and or pike holes through anyone who doesn't do as they're told by the project manager. He's gladly accepted this role as a means of regaining his social status. After the introduction of farmed cattle rendered his ability to kill large animals with his bare hands pointless, people now somehow consider killing animals with your bare hands cruel and unnatural, favouring the practice of bashing them on the head with a mallet, then pretending it never happened. Righto. Here's the majority of people. The booze and the work fatigue and the mindlessly repetitive electronic music has turned the majority of people into mutton-headed simpletons. When they're not doing shifts of forced labour on the community farm or in the factory, they hang out here, playing with their latest toys, drinking over garnished cocktails, being slowly indoctrinated by the leader of the opposition, and waiting for the man with the little pencil to tell them what they think. They're currently too engrossed in the leader of the opposition's rhetoric. Now that Brad has stopped wearing his cap, he and Dan have become almost indistinguishable from one another. One project manages, while the other becomes leader of the opposition. At each vote they swap roles, but the only difference between them is one uses tape and the other uses glue. The leader of the opposition spends his time campaigning. He tells flagrant lies and promises increasingly elaborate gifts to the majority of people that he will later force them to build for themselves. He knows he will always win at the next vote because he can dedicate his full attention to campaigning, as opposed to wasting time faking progress on the rocket. And he can gain an extra angle of attack by pointing out the current project manager's obvious failings, while the memory of his own failings has faded with the passage of time. What do you want, Villemot? Got a cat here now as well. Can we talk to you, leader of the opposition, man? Boo! The man with the little pencil. He's started writing things down through a sense of moral obligation. He saw people, usually Brad or Dan, doing things he didn't agree with. He investigated, then he wrote down his findings for all to see. But the majority of people either found his articles too long or too complicated, or most often too upsetting to read. Spending all his time writing, the man with the little pencil soon started to go hungry. Brad and Dan would not feed him from the communal food store on account of the derogatory things he had been writing about them, and the majority of people would not feed him from their personal stashes on account of thinking he was a dingle. Subsequently, he was forced to adapt his writing style. At first, he aimed solely to please the majority of people. He continued writing about the things he didn't agree with, but he jazzed up the stories a bit and added snappy headlines to grab people's attention. For a while he survived on handouts from the majority of people, but as they were forced to work increasingly long hours in the factory and on the community farm, their food became more valuable to them, and they soon stopped sharing. His attempts to further shorten and sensationalize his articles were not enough, and soon he was forced to please Brad and Dan as well, in order to get fed from the communal food store. As the relative value of food increased, the man with the little pencil was forced to drift further and further from his original noble intentions. These days, he survives by writing pretty much anything Brad and Dan tell him to, or whatever he thinks the people want to hear. Excuse me. You'd better make this snappy, kid. You're kind of creeping me out. I'm going to leave now. Cool. And what do we have over here, then? I don't want to examine myself. I want to examine this computer. Drowning in pussy. Oh, hi, Caleb. This cool high-tech computer machine was promised to the people during Brad's fourth stint as leader of the opposition, as a reaction to Dan inventing backgammon during the previous term. This innocuous-looking box is in fact capable of fulfilling all of your wildest spreadsheet and or word processing related dreams. It also provides access to a calculator and something called the internet. Unfortunately, no one has had the time to figure out how it works yet, so it just sits here, humming gently and gathering dust. Use it! I know how it works! Hello, friend. What can I help you with today? Use social media to bypass the little biased rhetoric of the man with the pencil. Design and build a satirical computer game highlighting the flaws of the current project management system. Watch James Blunt jamming with a chihuahua. Yeah, that one. You create a social media account to start writing posts about the flaws of the current management system, but you have no online friends, so there's no one to read or like or share them. You send a bunch of friend requests, but only Clyde accepts, and he doesn't read or like or share any of your posts due to not being able to read. Instead, he tags you in a bunch of cute animal videos, filling your timeline with dross. You tell yourself to persevere, that it takes time to build a following, but then you spend the remainder of the afternoon watching videos of a dog that looks perpetually hungry. No, grumpy. Grumpy! Death by stuffed crust. Allow yourself to be led astray by the wonders of modern technology. The grumpy dog videos lead to videos of dogs on swings, which in turn leads to videos of people falling over while swing dancing. Somehow, you find your way to videos of other people playing board games, then suddenly you're watching videos depicting the aftermath of extreme weather events. By the time you finally pull yourself away from the computer, you've developed a number of physical impediments, including carpal tunnel syndrome, severe short-sightedness, and the inability to straighten your back. You're also very hungry, but these impediments make it extremely difficult to find food. You try to ask for help, but it turns out you've also developed acute social anxiety issues, and you are unable to talk to anyone. You end up hiding yourself deep in the forest, escaping into the fantasy world of survival horror video games, using pizzas with arbitrary pipes with processed cheese rolled onto the crust. Unsurprisingly, this lifestyle soon takes its toll on your already deteriorating health. Eventually, your heart just stops beating, and briefly there's pain, then much less briefly, forever, there is nothing. The end, you didn't win. Fuck! Game over. I got game over by playing on the fucking internet. Right, let's not do that. Let's examine you. Who are you? Now that Brad has stopped wearing his cap, he and Dan have become almost indistinguishable from one another. One project manages while the other becomes leader of the opposition. Blah 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 blah. The project manager spends his time sitting on a gilded throne, feasting freely from the communal food store and blindly bossing people about. He has long since realized that he is incapable of making any real progress on the rocket. There simply isn't enough time between votes, and the previous PM's mistakes have to be undone first, and he has no idea what he's doing, so his only real obligation is maintaining a reassuringly arrogant air of quiet self-confidence. Excuse me. Yeah. I'd like to register as an official PM candidate, please. Okay. You'll just need to fill out a candidacy registration form. Where do I get it? You'll need to fill in a candidacy registration form, application form. Where do I get the candidacy registration form, application form? I can give you one as soon as you've filled in your P9950. Where can I get that? You'll just need to fill in a general form release form. Where can I get the general form release form? I can give you one as soon as you've filled in your P9950. Wait, we already said that. That's on a loop, right? Yeah. Can I have some food, please? All the easy-to-reach branches have been picked clean. My records suggest you have not worked your allotted farm and factory hours this week, so no. I couldn't work because I was unconscious? Can't I just have an unripe plum or something? No exceptions, I'm afraid. Last month, Carol made out that her shattered abdomen was more debilitating than it actually was. I ended up giving her free food for 6 days, longer than I might have otherwise. Then Carol tried to capitalize on my weakness by claiming he couldn't work because his leg had been torn off in a hoeing accident. The sneaky bugger could hop around just fine. How come you didn't finish the rocket yet? The rocket project is progressing as planned. The rocket will be finished in no time. How come you're using so much tape and or glue on the rocket? The rocket project is progressing as planned. How come you're not using the official Build a Rocket kit manual to build the rocket? The rocket project is progressing as planned. Okay, bye. All the food produced on the community farm goes into the communal food store to be distributed by the project manager. This ensures anyone employed by the PM still gets their share of food, despite no longer having the time to find it for themselves. However, there are suggestions that Brad and Dan split the food unfairly, favouring their friends and gorging themselves on the ripest fruits when no one is looking. I take some. Don't touch that. Hey, there are actual rocket scientists here. The rocket scientists are trapped in a routine of removing Brad's tape in order to stick the bits together with glue for Dan, then removing Dan's glue so as to stick the bits together with tape for Brad. If they were left to their own devices, they would most likely have the rocket built by now, but for Brad and Dan, the appearance of progress is more important than progress itself, so they are never given the time to sit down and figure everything out. It has got to the point now where they have given up trying to build the rocket at all, and are just play-acting while drinking cups of tea, thankful to be avoiding the considerably more grueling work done in the factory and or the community farm. Let's talk to them. Hello, chaps. What's up? How come you didn't finish the rocket yet? It's an extremely difficult and complicated task. Also, our leaders are idiots. Also, we've become downtrodden and complacent as a result of all the red tape we're tied up with. How come you're using so much tape and or glue? For political reasons, the PM needs to develop the illusion of progress within a very short timescale. There's simply no time to learn to do things properly. How come you're not using the official Build a Rocket kit manual to build the rocket? Brad threw it away. He couldn't understand all the words and numbers inside and he got upset. How come you still listen to Brad and Dan? They feed us. It's this or working in the factory and or on the farm. This is easier. We get tea. Also, we're buddies from way back, so... Okay, bye. Can I use this on them? No thanks, we get plenty from the... I'll try and befuddle them. If you don't do as I say, your head will turn into a pumpkin. It's one of the basic notions of common sense. We are civil servants. We don't believe in common sense. Ha. Disrespect them. You guys are doing a frankly pitiful job. You try building a flipping space rocket from scratch with no manual and what effectively amounts to a schizophrenic boss. I'd rather not. TBH. Sorry. Let's befuddle him. I'm perpetually... Oh no, I meant him. Behind. I think he already befuddled himself. Disrespect him. Nice socks, twit. Can I examine myself? No, look, okay, he still checks. I would like to disrespect you. Sell out. Befuddle you. If you don't do as I tell you, ramen noodles will cease to exist. It's one of the fundamental beliefs of modern Christianity. Are you trying to befuddle me? Yes, sorry. Twit. Befuddle him. He's already befuddled. Befuddle him. Them. They're already in the process of being befuddled by the leader of the opposition. Befuddle you. Hey, Byron. What came first, the chicken or the egg? You'll have to speak to the project manager about that. Only official PM candidates allowed up there. Befuddle you. Hey, Helen, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Wait, did she say anything? She literally doesn't say anything. Okay, to the stage! Fuck. This factory was built to keep up the production of the increasingly elaborate gifts Brad and Dan promised to the people while campaigning. The majority of people are forced to work their fingers to the bone, turning poor, unsuspecting trees into automatic ham carvers and accurate replicas of unattainably expensive sports cars and cat socks. and almost prohibitively uncomfortable chairs. This strikes you as a high price to pay for such superfluous tat, but the majority of people are too busy working, too drunk, or too engrossed in playing with their shiny new toys to ever consider complaining. I can't... Okay, well, who's at the comfortable beach now? This is where the gunk and the grime and the garbage from the populated clearing runs off into the sea. This seems gross and unacceptable, but according to Dan, the deepest parts of the ocean reach all the way to the center of the planet. The deeper you get, the denser the water gets due to the weight of the increasingly dense water above it, and at the center it reaches peak density, where it is effectively infinite in volume. This means that however much crap you dump into the sea, the water will always remain 0% crappy. Wow. Let's examine the revolutionaries. The revolutionaries are a group of idiots, freethinkers, who don't believe in the rocket project. They claim that rockets are not required to reach space and that if we all worked together and formed a big human pyramid, all supporting each other, we would get there unaided. This, of course, is ridiculous, and their credibility is further reduced by the fact that they're wearing underwear supplied by Dan, eating marshmallows left over from a slumber party organised by Brad, and sipping from artfully concealed gin-based cocktails when they think no one's looking. Hello, chaps. Hi. Please excuse my ignorance, but what is a revolutionary? We believe that the current system of project management is flawed, and that drastic action is needed to facilitate change. And what sort of action are you referring to? You know, handing out leaflets, walking around in big angry groups, using basic rhymes to give vague statements the illusion of importance. Whatever it takes, really. What sort of change are you looking for? We want to put an end to the use of masking tape and PVA glue. So what will you use to stick the rocket parts together? I'll tell you what we won't use, and that's tape or glue. Yeah, but what will you use? Not tape or glue, that's for sure. But you'll have to use something, right? Tape and glue just aren't strong enough, and they aren't making all the bits sticky. Something has to change. Yes, but what specifically? The use of tape and glue. Okay. Can you help me become an official PM candidate? Without taking interest in that kind of thing? Cheers, Alan. I will catch you on the flippity-flop. Thanks for passing by. By passing by, I mean stopping by and saying hello and stuff. How long have I been streaming? 1930. I don't think my test worked. See you tomorrow, lad, for Borderlands. I don't think my test worked. Balls. I'm interested in starting a revolution. Great. What sort of revolution do you want to start? The kind where I illegally seize power of the rocket project by force. Good choice. I suggest you hand out some leaflets or organise an angry group walk. Can I have a marshmallow? We don't own the marshmallows. We believe that everyone who wants marshmallows should be free to eat marshmallows. So, can I have one? Yes, take a dang marshmallow. What if there aren't enough to go around? There are plenty of marshmallows. So can I take all the marshmallows? Don't be a dick about it, mate. Just take a marshmallow. But some people are dicks. What was the last one? So can I have that marshmallow that you're currently warming over the fire? Fuck off, that's my marshmallow. Can I borrow some of your fire? That's not really how ownership works, or how fire works. But if you want to light a torch or something, go ahead. Okay, bye then. Okay, let's take a marshmallow. Can I take more than one? I already have one. It's a stick with a singe tip. You assumed it was probably used by one of the revolutionaries to toast marshmallows over the fire, but it seems unnecessarily long for the task. Maybe that explains why it has now been discarded. Okay, so what if I pick up this, right, then use this with this? I don't want to toast the marshmallows. I prefer them untoasted. Consume the marshmallow. Om nom 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 nom. Right, let's befuddle these guys actually. Hey guys, if Teresa's daughter is my daughter's mother, what am I to Teresa? That would make you Teresa's daughter, but having seen your penis on a number of occasions, I find that unlikely. Well, that didn't work. Disrespect them. Wait, a glow fire. Wait, befuddle the fire. That's unbefuttable. Can I use that on that? The tip is already singed. The unattainably idealistic nature of your views renders them moot. Your butt stinks of poops. I want to use that on the fire. The tip is already singed. Yeah, I know, but I want to use it as a torch so I can go through the cave. Because that's why I can't go through, because it's too dark, right? Can I use the marshmallow on the pipes? No. Can I examine the sea? The sea that surrounds the comfortable area is eternally pleasant. A warm top current from the equator meets the cold water of a deep subaquatic chasm around a mile offshore. This current skirts the chasm, maintaining most of its warmth while drawing out a rich diversity of animal and plant life. Subsequently, a fringe reef, uniquely abundant in both warm and cool water species, has developed around the southern crest. Furthermore, the rocky shore of the barren area on the opposite side of the island acts as a barrier for the wind-driven surface currents, calming any rough water before it reaches the reef flat. Right. Maybe this guy will tell me what to do. Excuse me. Yes? I'm a bit lost. What am I supposed to be doing? You are running for project manager on my behalf. The first thing you need to do is register as a candidate so you can gain access to the stage. The project manager won't let me register as a PM candidate. He keeps telling me to fill in apparently non-existent forms. Maybe the revolutionaries can help you. They always have a few tricks up their jumpers. Okay. So it is the revolutionaries. So let's give them the jam. Do you want some jam? Oh, I suppose it's your jam, is it? No, that's not his voice. And I shall be thankful that you're offering it to me. Actually, it's Drake's jam. How did Drake come to own the jam? Well, he put in the time and effort required to pick the fruit and cook the jam. Keep your jam, you bourgeois pig. Okay, right. I'm interested in starting a revolution. What sort of revolution? The kind where we burn everything to the ground. Excellent choice. I suggest you hand out some leaflets or write a nice rhyming ditty. Okay, let's try again. The kind where change happens in a slower, more subtle way, but eventually things start moving in the right direction. I wouldn't know anything about that one, I'm afraid. The kind where I infiltrate the system and bring it down from within. Ah, the old 21 Jump Street routine. You'll need this emergency candidacy petition. That will allow you to bypass the paperwork paradox. After that, you're on your own. But don't forget to do things in a drastically different manner of some description if you succeed. Nice. Okay, so can I use this on this to sign it? No, can I just use this then? Can I use it with myself? This petition will allow me to bypass the project manager's paperwork and become an official PM candidate. I currently have one of the 10 necessary signatures. Will you sign my petition? Are you still planning to bring it down the system from within? I sure am. Then of course we will, comrade. Nice. Okay. What are we up to now? 4? I have 4 signatures. Mwahaha. Mwahaha. Okay. He's an obvious one, so this will get me to 5. Will you sign my petition? Yes, of course. Thank you, Drake. Use this on Helen. Will you sign my petition? Boring. I have some jam. Thanks, honey. Here's a little something for you in return. Gosh. Yeah, but now will you... Fuck's sake. How about you? Wait, what do you mean you don't know how? Use the petition on him. Use the petition on him. Okay. Use the stick on him. Violence is never... Arrgh. Okay, use the petition on the crowd. How about that? They're currently too engrossed. Use this on him. Maybe he'll sign it. Will you sign my petition? Use my petition on this man. What are you petitioning for? Alligators. Sounds boring. But if you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. I see you have a nice camera there. Get me a picture of something newsworthy and I'll sign your dumb petition. Something newsworthy. Okay. What sort of picture do you want me to take? Something newsworthy, something exciting, something people will give me apples for. I'm going to leave now. I know just what to take a picture of, and it is this lady's breasts. Use the jam on her. I have some jam. Thanks, honey. Here's a little something for you. Oh gosh. Use the camera on... That's got to be newsworthy. Doop-a-doop-boop-boo. Use that on him. What are you petitioning for? Ham pies for the elderly. Sounds boring. Blah blah blah. I got this picture of Helen acting inappropriately. Bingo! So what am I up to now? 6? These guys will definitely petition, right? What are you petitioning for? I want to become official PM candidate. We don't have strong feelings either way on that issue, but if you get us some sugar for our tea, we'll sign whatever you want. He wants sugar. What about this? No, not you. Him. Use the clipboard on the hard hat man. I have this petition. Can I become an official PM candidate now? You don't have enough signatures. Wait, use this on him. It's not really sugar, is it? It's a marshmallow. But I commend your efforts, so we'll sign the petition. Amazing. How many do I have now? 9 of the 10 signatures. Okay, I've got these 3. He's obviously not going to sign it. He signed it. We can't get these people to sign it. It's going to be one of these 2, isn't it? Use the camera on him, maybe. Okay, maybe not. Befuddle him. Do a backflip. Pick up Byron. He's way out of my league. I'll only ever get to snuggle between guns like that in my sweetest dreams. Okay, so I have a big stick. Maybe we can befuddle. No. Disrespect her? You're a drunken mess, young lady. Charming. Wait, disrespect her. She does that. Then use the camera on her. Doing that. And then talk to her. Hello. Can I have your autograph? Of course, honey. Where do you want it? On this petition, please. Sure thing. Nice. That's 10. Let's go. Hello, I would like to use my petition on you, please. Dang it. Yep, I guess. The project manager reluctantly congratulates you on your use of initiative, then stomps off to initiate a vote ceremony. As he rings the voting bell, almost everyone gathers around a stage to see what the candidates have to say. I am taller than the average for a man of my age. The leader of the opposition has atypical sexual habits. The project manager speaks first. He tells flattering lies about himself and derogatory lies about his opponents. He claims everything is fine, then he makes a series of wild, unkeepable promises about organising paintball holidays, or building underwater theme parks, or inventing Epsom salt. While he speaks, a man in an elaborate embroidered wren suit stands next to him, and when he's finished, the man in the wren suit flaps around dramatically to encourage sustained applause. I once reached megalopolis status in SimCity 2000. The PM may have been born in the Barren area. The leader of the opposition speaks next. He tells flattering lies about himself and derogatory lies about his opponents. He claims change is inevitable. Then he makes a series of wild, unkeepable promises about randomly upholstering a huge section of forest, or successfully building the rocket, or giving everyone digital watches. While he speaks, a man claiming to be Simon Le Bon stands next to him. And when he's finished, the man sings Hungry Like the Wolf to encourage sustained applause. Next, it's time for you to speak on behalf of Drake. Tell flattering lies about Drake. Drake is actually Val Kilmer in disguise. Positive murmuring. Tell derogatory lies about your opponents. Brad and Dan moisturize on a daily basis and receive regular professional manicures. Make wild, unkeepable promises. If you vote for Drake, he will do a rad 360 flip and organize free dolphin rides for everyone. Cheering and whooping. That's how you do it, boys and girls. A summary. The one with the hard hat, currently getting all the bits sticky. The one without the hard hat seems legit. New guy, standing for Drake, confirmed tosser. Based on the words you have said, the majority of people decided you're probably a pretty genuine and cool dude. Also, they're pretty keen on the whole dolphin rides. However, your lack of celebrity endorsement worries them. Before the votes are cast, the man with the little pencil hands out a piece of paper entitled A Summary of Candidates. It does not refer to you favourably, and eventually the leader of the opposition wins, receiving 66% of the votes. Fuck! Okay, that is not how it could have gone. But now I can go up here, right? And talk to him. Hello, hi. Have you gone mad or something? Actually, I think it's you that's gone mad. Dang. Wait, can I not talk to him? Is this just... It's the bell used to announce a voting ceremony. Right, we need celebrity endorsement. Hey, Birdman. Now that this nest has been abandoned, it's technically just a loosely interwoven bundle of tinder. Can I take it? Nice. Who are you? Man in a wren suit. The man in the wren suit was briefly employed to wear this suit by Dan as part of an attempt to stage an unsanctioned Cirque du Soleil performance for the people. The performance was a disaster. 3 people died, but the man in the wren suit became an unexpected hit. Since then, he has never taken the suit off and has become one of the island's biggest celebrities. He was even awarded an honorary VIP pass for achievements in the field of flapping and cawing. A note about the bed on which he perches. While the majority of people huddle together between the roots below, Brad and Dan have been sharing this rather precariously balanced but undoubtedly splendid bed. There is no practical reason for them to be slumbering in the treetops. It's exposed to the elements and logistically impractical and dangerous, but they obviously attain a great amount of pleasure from being able to look down on everyone else. Hello. I'm trying to read here, boss. Use the camera on him. I don't think that worked. Wait, use the stick on him. Use the jam on him. Will you stand next to me at the next vote if I give you some jam? I'm trying to read here, boss. Use the nest on him. Right, how do we stop this man from reading? Check it, I'm a VIP. I'm trying to read here, boss. Okay, let's go see what, let's go see what Drake knows. Excuse me. Yes? How can I convince people to vote for us? You'll have to do 3 things. Tell lies, make wild and keep full promises like Brad and Dan do, get a popular person to stand next to you while you're on stage, and get the man with the little pencil to stop saying nasty things about us. How can I get a popular person to stand next to me? I would ask Helen if I were you. She seems pretty keen on attention. How can I get the man with the little pencil to stop saying nasty things about us? This one might be tough. I would suggest you ask nicely or bribe him. But if that doesn't work for you, you might need this. Just don't tell anyone you got it from me. Okay. Got it. What's the key for? I have no idea what you're talking about, wink wink. Okay, bye. Good. Good, good. Helen. Hello. Will you stand next to me at the next vote? Why would I help you after you sold that picture of me to the man with the little pencil? Because you belong on that stage, darling. You're right, my talents are wasted at ground level. I'm gonna go get prepared. I'll meet you on stage when you're ready. That was easy. Yeah, that was surprisingly easy. Right, man with the pencil. Talk to... Excuse me. You better make this snappy, kid. His accent changes every time I talk to him. Will you vote for me and Drake in the next election? I usually vote based on who gives the best vote day speech. What is this accent? I'm a wise guy, see? Do you know anything about this key? Wait, how come you wrote those nasty things about me and Drake? Have you ever heard of the First Amendment, buddy? Freedom of the press? I can write whatever the heck I want. Oh, it's that accent. I'm so sorry. Will you say nice things about me if I take more pictures for you? Nah, pictures are old already. The majority of people only look for vines and gifts these days. What if I give you some jam? I already have a delicately balanced system of bribes and counter-bribes. But those things weren't true. That's your opinion. No, they were false statements of fact. Opinion has nothing to do with it. That's your opinion. Fine. Do you know anything about this key? No. You're kind of creeping me out. I'm going to leave now. Can I use the key on him? Wait. What could I possibly have to unlock with this key, though? Shall we use the internet? Maybe there's something different here. I think this is just going to kill me again, isn't it? Let's exit. I don't need a physical key for the computer anyway. Come on, you know this. Let me talk to him. Maybe he knows. Hello. Do you know anything about this key? No. Can I go up the ladder now? I'm a VIP. Yep. What's up the ladder? The ladder leads to the official PM candidate's sleeping area. Bye then. Hey, Birdman. I would like to show you this key. I would like to talk to you about a key. What if we befuddle him? Hey, Rengai, Teresa's... Oh no, we already tried that. Disrespect him. You exist in a manner I find despicable, good sir. A job is not a job, and you look more like a sparrow than a wren. Oh, he just doesn't care. Well, okay. If you don't care, you don't care. Oh, wait. Maybe the key is for this cabinet. Don't need to lock or unlock that. Examine the key, I guess. It's a mysterious key given to me by Drake. Should we try using the bell one more time? Maybe there's something that appears with the key. Almost everyone gathers. Project manager speaks, he speaks. I will... God. Tell flattering lies. I will tell derogatory lies. I will make wild, unkeepable promises. Okay, there's still nothing that I could have done there. Use the key on these guys. I don't need to unlock that. Okay. Can I, like, use the key on this? No. Maybe the rebels know something about it. Hello, chaps. Do you know anything about this key? No. Will you vote for me and Drake in the next election? Sorry, we don't vote. We support your cause, but not voting is kind of our thing. That's a pretty dumb thing. Okay, bye then. Right, I can't use the key to unlock that. I can't make the stupid man with the stupid banjo shut up! Oh wait, what if we use the pipes? No. What if we use the key on the pipes? No. What if we use the nest on the pipes? We use the nest on the pipes. No, he doesn't want to. Hi. What's the key for? I have no idea what you're talking about, Wink. But what is it for, though? We did already launch the rocket, that is true. This is the apparatus from which Drake's test rockets are launched. It's basically just a straight rod sticking out from the launch pad. The whole area is now extremely black and charred after the surprisingly violent explosion you triggered by compressing the detonator. Okay. How can I convince people to vote for us? You have to do 3 things. Okay, I can do that. Get a popular person to stand next to you, and get the man with the little pencil to stop saying nasty things about us. How can I get him to do that? That might be tough. I would suggest you ask nicely or bribe him. But if that doesn't work, you might need to use the key I gave you. Why do I have to do all this? When it comes to vote day, the majority of people fall into 3 categories. The dingus, who believe whatever the dross the leader of the opposition is spouting. The twits, who rely on the man with the little pencil to form their opinions for them. And the morons, who vote for whoever their favourite popular person stands next to. What about the intelligent people? The intelligent people also fall into 3 categories. The rebels, who generally get mixed up with the revolutionaries and refuse to vote. The if you can't beat 'em, join 'em types, who get cushy project-based jobs and vote for whoever will keep employing them. And those who remain within the majority, who are few and far between enough to be lost in the crowd. Don't forget the ones who coldly observe everything from a distant, windswept clifftop. They make wild, baseless judgment about people they've hardly ever met. Right, okay, maybe we just need to talk to the pencil man then. Pencil man, I summon thee. I am beholden to you. Talk to you. Right, will you vote for us? I usually vote based on who gives the best vote day speech. Why did you write those things? I'm gonna go now. Excuse me, yes. Do you know anything about this key? That looks suspiciously like the key we used to lock up the dangerous lunatic. But it couldn't possibly be that key. Could it? Bye. Talk to these guys. Do you know anything about this key? No. The dangerous lunatic. Where did he get locked up, though? Right, where is it? Where is it? Well, you write nice things about me and Drake if I give you some jam. Can we talk to the majority of people? No, we can't. Wait, maybe you then. Let's talk to him. Can I boss you about and or call you names now that I'm a VIP? You'll have to speak to the project manager. Can I go on stage now that I'm a VIP? Yep. Why do official PM candidates get their own sleeping area? You'll have to speak to the project manager about that. Will you vote for me and Drake at the next election? You'll have to speak to the project manager about that. Now I'm befuddled. Curses. Right, he doesn't want me to touch anything. Pick up Drake's things. What am I supposed to be doing? You're running for project manager on my behalf. The next thing you need to do is convince people to vote for us. What is the key for? I have no idea what you're talking about. I can't launch that. Use the bird nest on it. I don't even know where to begin. Disrespect his things. You suck, things. Disrespect his tools. Tools are for fools, yo. That's unbefuddleable. That's also unbefuddleable. Rats and curses. I might have to look up what to do with this key, because I'm a bit stumped. I'm a little bit stumped on what to do with this key, innit? Wait. There we go. Pick up marshmallow. Oh wait, subsequent. Launch model. Return to the beach. Manually walk. Pick up stick. Use nest on stick. Use torch on fire. Blah blah blah. Right. Okay. Apparently there's a rocket lying somewhere that I'm foolishly keep missing. Right, look for the rocket. But I thought launching the rocket was one of the very first things I did. It makes no sense. Arg! Looks like it might be that. Looks like it might be that, but if model rocket was previously launched, you can find it as described in subsequent steps. Launch, return to the beach. I tried to combine them the other way around, that's why it didn't work. My goodness. Use that on the fire. Now that I've got that, I should be able to just walk in here. Okay, use that on the cave. Nice. Hello, desolate area. That is your real name. Nothing and nothing. Nothing in every direction. Which nothing shall I go to? Bottom left. I would like to get that, please. The key detector has detected a key amongst your possessions. Please place any keys in the tray before passing the checkpoint. Okay. That mysterious key was given to me by Drake. It's just a tray. This dude's inscrutable. Excuse me. Yeah? What are you guarding? The dangerous lunatic. What is the dangerous lunatic? He's a dangerous lunatic. Can I go through? Yeah. As long as you put any keys in the key tray until you return. Okay, bye then. So I can now pick up my... It's PewDiePie! Examine the dangerous lunatic. The dangerous lunatic was once a regular, harmless lunatic. He did stupid things, people laughed in his direction. Occasionally, someone would throw food at him, through pity or anger, and this was enough to sustain his way of life. Then one day, during his second term as PM, Dan employed the dangerous lunatic to help convince people that rum-based cocktails were awesome. He tattooed the words "rum-based cocktails are awesome" across the dangerous lunatic's chest, and offered him peeled apple segments every time someone laughed in his direction. But Dan had not anticipated how successfully the dangerous lunatic would be able to make a spectacle of himself, and within a week, half the island's inhabitants were transformed into helpless alcoholics. Seeing his power, others soon struck similar bargains with the dangerous lunatic, and before long he had amassed a large collection of propaganda-spreading tattoos, and more apple segments than he could possibly consume. The uneaten apples started to ferment, developing into a potent hallucinogenic mush, and the dangerous lunatic's behavior became increasingly erratic. The more erratic his behavior, the more people laughed in his direction. The more people laughed in his direction, the more apples he received from his sponsors. The more apples he received, the more potent his hallucinogenic mush became. And the more potent his mush, the more erratic his behavior. The whole cycle quickly spiraled out of control, and he had to be restrained and exiled to the barren area, where he's been living off his accumulated mush ever since. Dangerous lunatic has been exiled from the comfortable area for committing the following unlawful acts: public indecency, lewd shenanigans, inciting violence, inciting hatred, inciting hanky-panky, unsanctioning pooping, vandalism, horseplay, manslaughter, man's laughter, excessive frolicsomeness, destruction of property, destruction of puppetry, destruction of pottery, illegal U-turns, resisting arrest, various narcotic offences, petty theft, impersonating an office chair, various offences relating to ham. Under no circumstances should anyone try to contact or communicate with the dangerous lunatic. The dangerous lunatic is dangerous. A cluster of barrels full of fermented apple segments. Over time it's been left to ferment. This apple mush has grown into an increasingly potent hallucinogenic. The dangerous lunatic may well have built a tolerance to the mush, but prolonged consumption of such a toxic substance must have a profound effect on his mental, psychological well-being. Can I take it, though? It'll burn a hole through my pocket. Can we, use the jam on it? I can't bribe that. Can we use the fire on it? Doobity-boop-boo-ba-doop-boop-boop-boo. Use the key on the rocket. Bum 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 bum. What's up this way? Ah. Farad has been living out in the barren area for so long that the structure of his language has developed independently of yours, and his skin has retained the high melanin levels required to protect him from the increased exposure to ultraviolet radiation. He's managed to survive by devoting all his time to cultivation of the arid land, yet, despite his complete lack of recreational activities or free time, he remains essentially content, happy-ish. Until now you had no idea Farad existed. Okay, what are you doing, buddy? I'm purpling my line crops. Do you know anything about this key? No. Do you want some jam? Nah. Do you want to come and live in the comfortable area? Nah. Are you sure? We have a river made of strawberry milk. You biatches over there be cray-cray with your strawberry milk and shit. You want to. There's dancing. I ain't got no time for making dang limb shapes and edges up my bananas, yo. Come on, we had a really great pajama party last week, and such events are by no means uncommon. I ain't going to no whack-ass pajama party, blood. I got shit to do, you get me? Fine. Do you need a hand? Nah. Do you want to help me gain power over the rocket project and build a rocket and fly to space? I don't want nothing to do with that, bruv. Okay, bye. I want to go to here. I want to use rocket on the launch apparatus. I want to use the plunger. Do we ever see it come back down? No, we don't. So how would we know? Fuck's sake. Use your fire. Use the fire, boy. He forgot to do the dark all the way. That's quite funny. I'm guessing I don't need the rocket anymore. But I would like to try and pick it up anyway. Yoink. And I would like to pick up the key. And I would like to use the key on PewDiePie's cage. Freedom! As you unlock his cage, the dangerous lunatic bursts free and immediately bounds off towards the comfortable area. He flips and somersaults and leapfrogs his way around the populated clearing. He eats all the inedible berries, making a different over-exaggerated grimace after each, then projectile vomits a rainbow of toxic bile. He steals the project manager's crown, walks around wearing it with his chest inflated in a show of faux self-importance, gets tackled by Byron and forced to return it. Then he attacks, consumes, and usurps the man with the little pencil. That may not have been a good idea. Or it may have been an incredible idea. It doesn't matter anymore, right? He's already gone. Let's go and see who is left. I hope we didn't kill anyone other than the man with the little pencil. Shabba-da-bam-bam. Right. Okay, let's talk to him. Hello. No response. Shall I use the jam on him? He's too mad to be bribable. Okay, I guess it doesn't really matter then. Let's just go on stage and see what happens. Use the bell. He speaks first, I speak first. I tell flattering lies about Drake. I tell derogatory lies about my opponents. I make wild and keepable promises. Be democratically elected into the role of PM for the rocket project. Based on the words you have said, the majority of people decide you're probably a pretty genuine and cool dude. Also, they're pretty keen on the whole dolphin rides idea. The presence of Helen increased their excitement. Before the votes are cast, the dangerous lunatic hands out a picture he has drawn of a horse riding a skateboard. This has no effect on the results, and eventually you win, receiving 66% of the votes. Hey, son of a bitch. I'll take it from here. Why did he punch me? That was mean. Some time later. Wagwan. Why am I in a cage? Hey, what the fuck? Wait, what is happening? Ah, you're awake. Did you have a pleasant nap? Where am I? In space. What am I wearing? A spacesuit. Why am I locked in a cage? So you can't ruin the plan. What is the plan? Well, Drake explains that after he manipulated you into getting him into power, then bashed your face in, he took control of the rocket project by force. He closed the bar area and sold the computer and turned off the strawberry milk river. Then he adapted the factory into a kind of aeronautical workhouse. He kept everyone in line by riding around on Byron's back, threatening to have slackers noogied, or wedgied, or purple nurpled. And it was a purple nurple. And he maintained power by hosting a series of elaborately rigged elections. Under this horrifyingly strict yet undeniably efficient regime, the rocket got built in no time. However, when it came to mining the ore used to produce the rocket fuel, it turned out that the deposit Drake had been using for his test was almost exhausted. A new source was found underneath Farad's farm, but the majority of people were not keen on the idea of destroying the man's livelihood to attain it. Drake circumvented this issue by spreading derogatory lies about Farad, then having him roughhoused by Byron, while repeatedly shouting the word freedom at the top of his voice to mask the sound of Farad's whimpering. Drake was thus finally free to execute the plan. The plan consisted of two main elements. 1. Modify the rocket's exhaust system to eviscerate all signs of human life from the comfortable area on takeoff. This has already been successfully accomplished. 2. Fly the rocket directly into the sun, killing everyone on board. This part is still in the process of being brought to fruition. Wait, what? So, I guess it turns out I was the bad guy all along, lol. Reached the development stage dictatorship. Well, shit. So I lied and cheated and gave hollow promises to my friends just so you could murder us all with the heat of the sun? No, you lied and cheated and gave hollow promises to your friends because you mistook your life for some kind of game and tried desperately to give it meaning and to succeed. I then took advantage of all that in order to murder us all with the heat of the sun. Turn around now or I will scream. No. Turn around now or I will cry. No. Turn around now or I'll punch you in the conkers. No. Turn around now or I will sing I Got a Feeling by the Black Eyed Peas. Oh god, I hate that song. But no. Why are you doing this? We were a virus, a disease. We were slowly killing the island, turning its wood and its wildlife into electric golf caddies and exquisite hams, perpetually multiplying, consuming resources at an exponentially quickening pace. If I didn't stop us, if I didn't cure the island, it would not have survived. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Please elaborate. The island was massive and half covered in forest. It would have taken years to consume it all. But we would have, then what? We just go back to eating seeds. Not possible. The majority of people already considered strawberry milk a basic human right. They would never vote for someone who intended to return them to the simple life, and they would eventually turn on anyone who forced it upon them as I did. We could find a new island, and consume that too, then what? We could find a new planet. We have no flipping space rocket, remember? We have a space rocket. And work our way through the universe until every star is orbited by a series of dead obsolete rocks, then what? If we were a virus, would you not want us to be an effective one? Please elaborate. Disease may be ugly and unpleasant, but it is an important part of nature's delicate balance. Maybe in some way too complicated for us to understand. The island needed to die for the greater good of the planet. In this analogy, I would be acting as the white blood cells of the island's immune system, also an important part of nature's delicate balance. Well, maybe I kind of see your point. Let me think about this. Think all you want, it's a long journey. Let's disrespect him. I don't want to risk inducing more genocidal thoughts. Let's befuddle him. You can't befuddle a madman. Let's pray for him. I can't. Let's pray for myself. Praying while hurtling through outer space seems somehow dishonest. We've kind of taken the bull by the horns here already. Do a backflip. The suit is too cumbersome for flipping. Okay, let's examine... What have we got? Drake. Drake seems incredibly calm for a man who has just taken a horrifying genocidal long con to the brink of fruition. Apparently living in self-imposed solitude, cultivating a powerful illusion of superiority, while watching the world from high up atop a distant cliff can have adverse effects on your mental health. It can, in fact, in extreme cases, turn a person into a slightly pompous megalomaniacal psychopath. Who knew? This control desk is actually very simple to use. You just input a destination and the rocket flies itself. However, Drake was keen to maintain an image of control and authority, so he has rigged the manual controls up to an old Atari emulator, running a bootleg copy of Monkey Island. He's also remapped the game's user interface in an intentionally awkward manner, so he can give the impression that he is wrestling with complex controls in order to maintain control of the rocket, when in fact he is wrestling with complex controls in order to rescue Elaine from the ghost pirate LeChuck. In the stereotypically overconfident manner of the supervillain, Drake has left the key to your cage dangling just out of reach. It appears to be loosely knotted to the end of a bootlace, so if you could just reach up there, it would be easy to grab. Drake has you locked in this cage to keep you from meddling with his plan to murder everyone / save the world. The cage is surprisingly sturdy considering its rather haphazard appearance, but it's designed in such a manner that you could feasibly fit your feet through the gaps in the base. Where's pickup? Pickup key. I still can't reach it. But I can walk around now. That's good. What the fuck? These guys are here. It turns out that Brad and Dan were both skimming plums, crumbs, and rabbit bums from the communal food store for the whole time they were project managing, and secretly building lifetime supplies of pickled and preserved goodies. While Drake focused on single-mindedly properly building the rocket, Brad and Dan used this ill-gotten wealth to maintaining their false and dishonestly attained positions of privilege. The smug twits don't even seem to be enjoying themselves. Hello. No response. Fine, you bar stools. Oh, there we go. Pick up that. Examine the majority of people. Drake has proved to be even worse than Brad and Dan in his disregard for the well-being of the majority of people. While the pickle, rich and powerful sit in leather chairs, watching inane American sitcoms on their laptops, taking up enough room for 10 comfortable people, the majority of people have been stuffed into a cargo net and forgotten. They seem to be making the most of it, though. There's a kind of, as long as I can't specifically identify whose hand it is, I don't mind what it's touching vibe going on. Oh god. Can we talk to them? Guys, Drake's gone bonkers. Bummer. We noticed. Kill him. Dang, bummer. We knew who's bad news. Can you help me escape from this dang cage? Nope. Sorry. No. No can do. Sorry. I'm a bit tied up. Okay. But we have a thingy. We can now use the grabby hand pincer cannon. Cool. And now use this on this. Marvellous. And now use this on him. Use this on the control panel. I need to focus on restraining or subduing Drake before he realizes I've escaped. But using what, though? Okay, what if we talk to them? Doop-a-doop-boo-boo. Very large and heavy-looking metal padlock. Can I pick it up? Nice. Can I use the padlock on him? Hooray! Better luck next time, Drake. Prevent Drake from successfully executing the plan. I've set us on a neutral course for now. I think I should find out where the majority of people want to go before rerouting us. Oh god, yeah, that's going to work out well, isn't it? Right, majority of people, where do you want to go? Do you guys want me to help you out from this cargo net? Oh no, just where to, guys? The moon! Mars! The moon! The moon! Jupiter! Drift deeper and deeper into space. I think we should drift deeper and deeper into space, hoping to find another habitable planet before we run out of provisions and die. You drift deeper and deeper into space, hoping to find another habitable planet before you run out of provisions and die. You do not get sucked into a black hole and spat out the other end in a parallel universe inhabited by evil goatee-sporting versions of yourselves. You do not float around for 50 years, getting increasingly lost until you accidentally return to Earth, only to find that it's now ruled over by a cartel of sentient robots. You do not get saved by a race of super-intelligent aliens and taken back to their idyllic utopian world to live long, happy lives of leisure. You do not find another habitable planet before you run out of provisions and die. As you come to the realization that you have run out of provisions and that you are subsequently going to die, you decide to be proactive about the experience. You fire yourself out of the airlock without your spacesuit on, expecting to swell up like a balloon in the airless vacuum of space, and hopefully explode dramatically. What actually happens is you get a really bad headache and you can't breathe. Then, your skin starts to blister and swell and wrinkle as all the water in your body turns to vapor and your blood is starved of oxygen. You quickly pass out, and your frozen corpse floats around for 1,000,000 years, failing to decompose due to the lack of air. The end. Try again then. Talk to them. Do you want me to let you out? Nah. To be perfectly honest, we've kind of grown accustomed to repression. We've developed kind of gentle stoic happiness based on camaraderie and shared anxieties. If we attain freedom and or genuine happiness now, we'd have to completely restructure our moral outlooks. Who said that? Me. I bashed Drake on the head with some metal and he conked out. Whoop, good work. Nice, well done. Congrats, you're the best, honey. Where to, guys? Blah 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 blah. What did we say? The moon? You take the rocket to the moon and then maneuver it into a parking orbit. Everyone agrees that you should go down and check it out before committing to land the rocket. As you make your way down the landing unit, you look out at the moon's surface, and the blank, crater-marked terrain stares back at you. The moon seems largely disappointing. The moon! Reach the moon, see some craters. The landing unit is controlled remotely from the main ship, so in order to return, you must use this rather haphazard looking accumulation of electronics, the comms terminal, to request extraction. It's just an uncrossable chasm. Oh wait, hang on. Let's come over here. It might scroll. It does scroll. Forever? Forever? Forever, ever? Forever, ever? Forever, ever? No, not forever. Examine the impassable ridge. It's just an impassable ridge. Can I use my key? No? Can I use my grabby hand? Wait, do a backflip! This suit's too cumbersome. Okay, that's sad. All the way back then. I wish I could run. Okay. This place is rubbish. Bring me back. Can do. Can do. I'm Mr. Meeseeks. Well, that was disappointing. Can we go to any of the other places? Mars, home. Mars, Mars, Jupiter. Okay, we should go to Mars. You take the rocket to Mars, then maneuver it into parking orbit. Everyone agrees that you should go down and check it out. As you make your way down in the landing unit, you look out at Mars's surface, and the desolate, featureless landscape stares back at you. Seems kinda lame. Mars! Reach Mars, see some rocks. Does this also have a scroll? It does. Hello, what are you? Examine the big rock. It's just a big rock. It's just an uncrossable chasm. Walk 2, more of the same. Walk 2, nothing much really. It is an impassable ridge. Awesome. To Jupiter. There's nothing but prohibitively experimental electronic music down here. Bring me back up. Oh, that was disappointing, also. Where to, guys? Jupiter, home. Jupiter, Jupiter, Jupiter. We should go to Jupiter. You take the rocket to Jupiter, then maneuver it into parking orbit. As you make your way down in the landing unit, you look out at Jupiter's surface, and a swirling, gaseous atmosphere stares back at you. Jupiter seems prohibitively hydrogen-y. Jupiter! Reach Jupiter, see some gases. Walk to various... Oh no, what do I do? Befuddle the gases. It's unbefuddleable. Consume the gases. These gases are noxious. I'd really rather not consume them. Use the gases. I'm no chemist. I wouldn't know where to start. Pray for the gases. Praying while hurtling through outer space seems somehow dishonest. Do a backflip. Wait, do a backflip. Disrespect the gases. Actually, I think it's high time we learn to respect one another a little more. Pick up the gas. Examine the gas. Talk to the gas. Hello, gas. How's it going, mate? Talk to the gas. Hey, gas, I'm a bit lost. Can you point me to the nearest Waitrose? Talk to the gas. Help! Crackles. Hello, Crackle. Okay, that was handy. Use the console. This place is inexcusably gaseous. Bring me back up. Well, that was disappointing. Okay, let's talk to... Where to, guys? Home, home. Just drift. Home, home. Drift. I think we should go home. You return to Earth and decide to land immediately, but the rocket is unable to withstand the pressures of re-entering the atmosphere. Nuts and bolts start to work themselves loose and bits fall off the electrical connections and are severed. Soon all power is lost, effectively turning the rocket into a large pile of predominantly metallic junk. Everyone is forced to don their helmets and evacuate, but it soon becomes clear that your spacesuits are also unable to cope with the rapid descent. Terminal velocity plus air resistance equals funny face. As your suit bursts into flames and disintegrates, you finally break into the stratosphere, and a brief moment of relative calm washes over you. You look down at the Earth's surface and the preposterous awesomeness of everything stares back at you. There are huge expanses of shimmering blue. There are islands of all shapes and sizes. Islands covered in thick carpets of green. Islands so big they stretch over distant horizons. Islands made entirely of ice. There are jagged mountain ranges and winding rivers and swirling systems of cloud. Then there are vast collections of angular metallic structures and grids and electric lights, connected by meandering grey veins. Earth seemed as dope as all hell. As you get closer, you're able to spot your own island. You're relieved to see that during your long journey, the trees have time to regrow. The charred earth left behind by Drake's modified exhaust has been replaced by a fresh carpet of green. In fact, the comfortable area looks just like it did before you started building the rocket. Before the lying and the cheating and the fighting and the complex carbohydrates and the ambiguously subtle facial expressions and the assigning of a name to dandruff. As a joyful, nostalgic smile starts to spread across your face, you suddenly realize you have no parachute. Some time later. We're like back to the start of the game. Welcome back to the island. It is. I think that's the game. It looks like there is no end credits. Return to the main menu. Yes, please. That's going to do it. What a fucking weird game that was. I do actually have others by Joe Richardson. What did I say he's called? Richard? I was close. Game by Joe Richardson. Yeah, I have a few more of his stuff, which apparently they get increasingly weird, but better. This was interesting though. Quite an insight into the current machinations of society, I guess. Anyway, that was fun. I'm gonna go. Peace out.